Watch this. Consider a token ring with latency of 500 microseconds, which means they are talking about the ring latency. So whenever they are given you ring latency, I told you that don't use propagation delay. So whenever you are calculating this efficiency in token ring, there are two factors. One thing is they might sometimes directly give you the ring latency, and sometimes they will only give you the propagation delay. So you know that ring latency is nothing but propagation delay plus number of stations into bit delay. In case if bit delay is not given, then assume that propagation delay is equal to ring latency. In case if ring latency is given, then it is fine anyways, right? So in case whenever ring latency is given, always I have, when I was deriving the formula, every time A has been TP by TT. Remember that? So if you remember it, every time A has been TP by TT, but coming to this token ring, only exception is whether to use ring latency here or propagation delay. That depends on what is given. In the question, if they have directly given you ring latency, always go with ring latency. If they didn't give you ring latency, then go with propagation delay. In case if they have given you the propagation delay plus number of stations plus bit delay introduced by every station, then you compute the ring latency. So highest priority should always be given to ring latency in solving any question related to token ring. In case if it is not given, then you compute it. In case, in order to compute it, if k is not given, then assume that it is 0, then you put finally in the worst case ring latency as propagation delay. But in this question they are directly giving you that the ring latency is 500 microseconds. Okay, and next thing is they are saying that packet size, which means length of the packet is given as 1500 bytes, which means 1500 into 8 bits. From this you could compute the transmission delay. What is transmission delay? L by B. So what is L here? 1500 into 8 divided by bandwidth. So what is bandwidth? Bandwidth is 3 Mbps, 3 into 10 power 6 bits per second. So what do you get if you compute it? You will get 5. I think you are going to get something around it is 500 and it is 8, so 4000, I think 4000 microseconds. I think this is what you got, 4000 microseconds. You please compute it once again. You please cross verify it. I don't know. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'll not do the math. You please do the math part, and I'll tell you the final answer what you are supposed to get. That way it will be easy for me. So 1500 into 8 bits divided by bandwidth is 3 Mbps. 3 Mbps is 3 into 10 power 6 bits per second. You compute this value, which is nothing but TT. Then you find out already ring latency is given. Ring latency is given as how much? 500 microseconds. Already ring latency is given and everything I computed. Now using these values you can find out A. What is A? Ring latency by TT. Then they are saying that they wanted to find out the throughput achieved, the maximum throughput achieved given the bandwidth. So what is the throughput, effective throughput? Throughput equal to efficiency into bandwidth. For that you have to find out the efficiency. Now they are saying that the strategy used is delayed token reinsertion. In delayed token reinsertion, what is efficiency? 1 upon 1 plus A into 1 plus 1 by n. I mean the formula I just written it in a different way so that it will be easy for me to modify it later. Okay, and now what is A here? You can find out. A is nothing but ring latency divided by transmission delay, RL by TT, and what is N? Number of active stations. So one question is they are asking what is the throughput both for single active host. Single active host means n equal to 1. If you put n equal to 1, then what is the efficiency? 1 upon 1 plus 2A, isn't it? Then that is the efficiency. And second thing is, let us say it is single efficiency for single host, and second thing is they are asking efficiency for many hosts. Many host means limit n tends to infinity. N could be infinity. Then if n is infinity, always say, if they, anywhere they have given that they want to find out the efficiency for many hosts in token ring, assume that n is infinity. So in case if you put n equal to infinity, then what do I get? 1 upon 1 plus a. This is the efficiency. So for infinite number of stations, efficiency is 1 upon 1 plus a, and for single station efficiency is 1 upon this much, 1 upon 1 plus 2a, right? Then they are asking the throughput. So throughput equal to, let's do it separately for single host and let's do it separately for many hosts. Throughput for single host and throughput for many hosts. Okay, so throughput for single host is 1 upon 1 plus 2a by n equal to 1 into bandwidth. So what is bandwidth? 3 Mbps. So if you substitute this entire form in this formula, everything, I think you will be getting it around 2.4 Mbps. You please calculate it yourself. So if you substitute all the values, you are going to get it as 2.4 Mbps. And what about many hosts? 1 upon 1 plus a into bandwidth. So if you substitute all the values, I think you are supposed to get 2.67 Mbps, right? So this is the answer. Therefore the answer is D. So you please do the math. I have given you entire procedure and I told you. So what are the key important things that you should remember in this problem is, what will this problem teach you is, first thing is, whenever ring latency is given, always go for ring latency. If ring latency is not given, use the propagation delay. If propagation delay and bit delays are given, you try to compute the ring latency. Anyway, top priority should be given for ring latency. If it is not given, go for propagation delay, right? So that is how you should be solving this problem. And whenever they are giving many hosts, it means that host is infinity. Okay, and throughput equal to efficiency into bandwidth. Anyway, you know that, and we derived this formula. You please refer to the efficiency of token ring videos for that in order to solve this question. Fine.